Hi, this is Obo975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One, and today I'm bringing you some footage from a recent community goal. This is the Archon Delane community goal. This was a trade and bounty hunting community goal, and I came down here for the best part of 3 days. So far, I'm recording this on Monday the 12th, and I've been making regular appearances at this community goal since it started. I've had some unlucky incidences. This guy, I've got to give him his due. He escaped. He got away. He escaped from the pirate. And I went back to the station after him to let him know that. It was a fun moment. He crashed into the planet. I tried to pull out of the death dive, but I also dropped down. And by the time I got back up into Super Cruise, he was just dropping in at the station. So fair play to him. That crash into the planet saved him from piracy on this occasion. And I'm sure I'll meet him again in Super Cruise at some point during this CG as it plods on. It's only just made it to tier 1 and we're a few days in, so should be hanging around for a while, this community goal. And FDev do a wonderful job of giving us a really amazing sandbox to play in. That's what Elite Dangerous is. It's a massive sandbox open world game, and we get this massive playpen to play in, and it's up to us as players to come up with some of the content. Now, I love the roleplay piracy side, I love messaging other commanders, even when it's fun, cheeky messages like this saying, well done, you escaped from piracy. That to me is part of the fun and charm of Elite Dangerous. It's that interaction with other players I enjoy more than anything. Now, there are some people out there that are like, you should never rob other players, you should only rob NPCs, because what you do is tantamount to ganking. And to that I'll say, I do rob NPCs, but I also like robbing commanders. In fact, while I was up here, because it was so quiet as a community goal, there were so few targets, we were quite often dropping in on private couriers. Once you take out their point defense, or at least limit their point defense, you can get the hatch breakers away, as you can see, and then just let them spill cargo everywhere. I actually got the boys to drop down so we could get all the cargo, because I should just keep emptying and emptying. I entered 2 Type 7s on this day, and we did pretty well out of them. But yeah, if it was about money, then I would be robbing NPCs, because NPCs carry much more valuable cargo than players. But I have a clip at the end of this video, and I can honestly say that one clip and the 3 tons of useful cargo that it yielded me was more fun, more interesting, and better than any of the PvE piracy I have ever done on this game. PvP piracy is where it's at, because it's a fun interaction with another human being, another player, and that's what I want to do in this game, is interact with other players. And I have played both roles in that interaction, both as victim and as pirate, and I've always had fun. Whether it be escaping from pirate attack, whether it be fighting back against pirates, whether it be pirating people, whether it be peacefully pirating people or aggressively pirating people, I've always tried to make the encounter as fun as possible. And if things go wrong, if things happen that, and somebody gets hurt, I actually run a pirate compensation scheme and offer the person a rebuy. Recently offered it to a guy in a cutter. He sent me a very nice message back saying, no, it's okay, that's part of the game, and was fine about his death to me and Pirate Orc. And I gotta say, I respect the guy's attitude. I do love it when it's like that. But, on the whole, if I want to make money, PvE piracy is one of the things that I can do to make money. But PvP piracy is where it's at. PvP piracy is what we want to do. That's the fun content that we like engaging in when it comes to this game. You can tell this was a really quiet community goal, because that's me dropping in on a signal source. I dropped in on a high signal source, and I did notice a player was circling around behind me. It's an interesting one, because it was an Archon Delane powerplay player, so I was surprised he wanted to attack me. But then I am in a Cobra Mark IV shieldless pirate ship. I am pretty vulnerable to attack. I think I put up a reasonable fight. I'm sure other people more skilled than me would have been able to put up more of a fight, but I was quite content with how much of a fight I put up. I do fairly get quite brutal in this ship at times, and it was only the fact that I lost my weaponry that made me jump out. And my plan was to return with a combat ship, which I did do, but then I ended up having a really long protracted fight with someone else, and by the time I finished that one I couldn't find this person that I was looking for to have my rematch with me in a combat ship. Because the one thing about pirate ships is they're fun, they're silly, they're pirate ships, but they are much weaker than PvP ships. For obvious reasons, you have to have all the pirate equipment. I've always said this many times on my videos, so I won't go into it too much again. But this was exactly how an interaction with someone who wants to drive me off or kill me goes when I'm in my pirate ship. I will fire a hatch brake and let them know that I'm in a pirate ship. I will attack them with the full fury I can muster. If they're byweaves like this, I will try my best to get the shields down by ramming them off. I mean, as in Elite, as in life, my fighting style has always been the same. Windmill in, windmill out. If you got keys, use them. You know, just try and get in there, cause some damage and run away. I did my best here with the tools that I had at my disposal, but unfortunately I didn't quite get the shields down, and eventually my beam lasers fail on me. I think possibly due to a ram or something like that, or that multi-cannon just tearing me a new one. But ultimately, what can you do? You're in a pirate ship. You can't expect to win every fight in a pirate ship. I went back to get my PvP ship, and I ended up in some very fun PvP, which I'll be bringing you in another video. As to this guy, I'm sure I'll meet him again at the community goal. Apparently he had a run-in with Star, and apparently he's declared war, but I don't know if that's against the Dark Marauders as a whole or just against Star. It's not quite clear, but I'm sure I'll have another run-in with this gentleman, and next time I will not be in a little pirate Cobra shieldless. I'll be in something a little more damaging. But the little Cobra put up a decent enough fight. You know, it was never going to win this one, but it did okay. Unfortunately, I malfunctioned my own missiles, I think, from the explosive damage I just dealt by firing missiles at point blank range into him. But hey ho, these sort of things happen when your hull gets low. And I had an excuse to escape because I'd just blown my weapons off anyway, so I may as well get out of there, go get my combat ship and come back. Now, I did come back. I ended up in a 1v1 with someone else for a long time. This gentleman asked me some questions about shieldless ships, and you'll see during my 1v1 he actually asked me a question. I can't even look at the message because I'm too busy fighting a 1v1, which went on for a long time, so that'll be another video I'm bringing you in a few days. But all in all, this CG has been a very quiet one for piracy. Not very good so far. Hopefully that picks up, but it might not do. That's the fun of Elite Dangerous. You don't know, you know, where the action is. You're always constantly searching around for the action, and sometimes you have to make your own action. You know, like we did with our PPI attacks, that creates roleplay and fun incidences for lots of commanders. I mean, the last PPI attack we got involved in, actually no, sorry, the one before last, the PPI attack we got involved in, almost turned into somewhere that was even busier than the community goal. So, you know, making your own content is genuinely a thing within this game. You have to be prepared to make your own content, especially in open. Not everything's going to be handed to you on a plate. Unfortunately, like I say, I spent some time looking for a commander. I didn't find him. Had a little chat with Savage, and I decided to go off and take a break. Later on I came on, the community goal was pretty dead, so me and Al decided to head to Seoul and do a bit of piracy there. We were in Seoul a while. Al got one kill on a bounty hunter that wandered across our path. We ran into Devo and considered attacking him, but it's Devo and we have no reason to attack Devo. He's not aligned or power play, and he's a cool dude, so we didn't really get involved on that front. We just at 07 and left him to it. And then just as I switched my Elgato off to go off for the night, I spotted a ship in Super Cruise.
Hello there.
I think I made Al laugh because I literally said, "Oh, hello there, Shadow of Raxor in a Type 7." and I was completely unprepared for that. Unfortunately, I only captured the last 2 minutes of our encounter, sadly, but it made our night that we managed to rob one of the more infamous PvPers in the game, and surprised to see it. Much respect for him to fly that Type 7 in open. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. It's funny what makes your night, and that's it. I'll catch you in the next one.